This first topic was sent by Emily Harris. This is a product called the Mirror from a company called MidiPlus. I will preface this by saying I'm going to do my best to read the ad copy for this.
Yeah, I want you to read it straight faced. Their copy on their website.
It's a little lost in translation. It's definitely gone through a Google Translate. So I say I'm going to try to go through it without commentary, particularly like on the grammar, just because it
has been translated.
A Chinese company, so a Taiwanese company. So anyway, here we go. Oh, hold on. I need to turn the brightness up on my phone if I can figure out how to do that.
I need to find this product
there we go.
My phone.
This is called the Mirror audio interface. Mirror is a member of MidiPlus Fancy Series products. Actually, if I can figure it out, I'm going to translate this to proper English.
Okay, if you want to.
With the growing demands of audio quality, audio interface is no longer a formidable device. Product characteristics become more important, and that leads us to observe the industry and market over again. It is already a trend to show ourselves online at a home studio. So we decided to design an audio interface specifically for females. We hope it reveals more elegance and charm. This is Mirror. Discard the common thinking flow. Through a female perspective and taste, we attempted to integrate mirror light into this product. By the research of cosmetics, luxuries, jewelry, color sets, visuals, textures, and female ergonomics, we endure it calm, mysterious, and grace. It's just like a black diamond treasure box. Polished, glossy cover and frosted metal body gives a first impression. Once opened, we hope to bring a bigger surprise. So we created a series of formal and exciting sense of ritual for operating experience. Gently open the cover, the moment of launching the mirror light. Twirl the colorful eyeshadow-shaped knobs. Glance at the equalizer LED. Enjoy the waves of sweet interaction. Mirror supports Android and iOS phones, PC and Mac, pads, and can be connected to monitor, headphone, mics, electric guitar, almost any pro and entertainment conditions. Look at the beauty one in the mirror. Plug, sing, and play.
Oh man, where do we start with this product?
Well, my first thought was these humans and they're females.
Oh my god.
Why are they clothed? Oh, it's so hideous.
This is a good impression of a Ferengi, Steve.
Thank you.
Good job.
Been listening to Treks in the City.
A new Trek podcast, Steve?
Yeah.
You are deep into a new Trek podcast.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a new Trek podcast.
Star Trek The Next Generation podcast.
I've stopped listening to The Greatest Generation since they got into DS9. I just can't hang with DS9.
Oh, I'm watching. I actually started watching DS9 like maybe a couple years ago, so I'm still working through it. Maybe like a year ago. Still working through.
I can't hang with it. I just don't like it. They don't go anywhere. I mean, they go places sometimes.
They go places more once you get into like
places like I go to the store.
Once you get into like season 3 or 4.
Can we stop talking about this?
Yeah, I got what you're saying. Like they go to places like you go to the store. I would say like they go on places like you go on vacation.
Yeah.
Like sometimes they go to places for a few days.
So anyways, this recording interface looks just like a makeup compact.
Yeah.
And the knobs on it are like the flat, round style knobs with a little bit of a bump on the edge so you can like twirl it around. And they look like they are the size.
They're like pink, purple,
they're all colored.
Various tans.
They're colored to look like makeup. And
did you show this to your wife at all?
I did, and she couldn't figure it out. And thought that the reason she couldn't figure it out was because she didn't understand what the piece of equipment was for. And I was like, listen, it's just a piece of recording equipment. Is it appealing to you in any way that it looks like a makeup compact? And she was just like baffled by it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it looks like a fine interface as far as its technical specs go for casual recording into your computer, laptop, smart device, whatever. It looks like the correct size. It looks like it's got various plugs and controls and whatnot. But I just cannot wrap my head around the flip out mirror with the LED and the novel. I can almost get behind the novelty and be like, if someone wants this, if they want this look on their desk instead of, like a regular kind of like nerdy looking, interface box that would sit on their computer. They want something that looks kind of decorative and looks kind of like it would, fit their style. Like there's tons of people use makeup. Lots of dudes use makeup for various different reasons. Like it's not that huge of a deal.
I think there is a market for this, and I'll get to that in a second.
Do we know the price on this?
There's no price. It actually just got released.
Okay.
So maybe I think this is more of like a promo. I do have a thought on this. It's in the form of a poem. It goes like this.
I didn't know it was going to be poetry night with Steve.
It says, my poem is, mirror in the interface. Please talk free. The door is locked. Just you and me. Can I take you to a restaurant that's got glass tables? You can watch yourself while we're recording.
I like it, Steve. Did you just write that all by yourself?
I did.
I like it.
It's got a nice, the beat was nice, I thought.
In the copy, that they say that this is designed for a woman.
Right. Designed for a woman by men?
We don't know if it was designed by men. That's something else my wife asked. But she's like, was this designed by a woman? I was like, I have no idea. But I've never operated my home recording interfaces with my dick. Like, not once. Like, I don't think my interface is gendered at all. Like, do we need to have gendered interfaces? Like, it's one thing to make an interface that looks more sleek and looks more decorative on your desktop or in your recording space. You can fold it down and people won't know that it's some sort of nerdy piece of gear.
I guess.
But it's like, does it matter what genitals we have when we're using a recording interface?
Well, it's like, so all of the color choices here. First of all, like if you want to do this, you simplify it. Like, why do you need a mirror? You don't. If you want it to have a lid, I guess you can have a lid.
Yeah.
It's a mirror with, I can see the functionality of like the LED, I guess.
One of the knobs on the top, one of the big knobs is to adjust the brightness of the LED on the mirror.
Yeah.
Instead of putting another audio controlling interface there, controls the light on the mirror.
Right. Well, this is basically like a 2-channel interface. It's got an XLR input and it's got an instrument input. So it's just your basic interface.
Yeah.
But it's put into like a makeup type box, like not a compact, but like a makeup box.
It kind of looks too big for the functions that it has.
It is too big for the functions that it has.
I'm just gonna come out and say it, Steve. I think that this is a bye-bye and not a bye-bye.
You mean it's a bye-bye?
It's a
and
bye-bye.
not a bye-bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Bye-bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye.
It is not a bye-bye-bye. It's a bye-bye.
Yeah, no, it's awful.
Were you looking for the spire that's not down here?
No, I wasn't. But I was talking about the spire, so I feel like this thing is probably about the same size as the Spire with like half the functionality.
It kind of looks bigger to me.
I showed this to one of my coworkers who actually openly cringed at the line, which we kind of poked.
Well, you
at
didn't
already.
read it. There's a line at the bottom that says "perfect for operating with your vagina."
That's not true. No, one of my coworkers cringed at, we decided to design an audio interface specifically for females.
Yeah.
And she goes, I was waiting for it to just say females, like instead of women.
Right.
Like even if you, like, it's already an awful product, but when you say like females, it's like, what is this? So
it makes it grosser somehow.
And that's,
I mean, it's technically correct.
And then I don't even
like,
think that that's a,
you hear the Ferengi.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And I don't think that is something, well, that's something where you can say like, oh, well, it's lost in translation or whatever. But that's a thing that you see even in American like descriptions where it's like, it's females, like it's just reduction to just a biological state.
Right. And I think some people use it because they feel like it is more technically accurate. So it can't be problematic versus calling them ladies and like raising your eyebrows.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Well, that's what I told her. I was like, well, at least it didn't say designed specifically for ladies.
They could have said for women, Or they could have said, for people who enjoy makeup.
Well, so like one of the things we talked about is that it could be for like people who enjoy makeup, but really like even adult women generally don't have this sort of thing. Like this is a thing that's more of like a young women or like a teenager thing, like girls who think makeup is fun kind of a thing.
It's like you're not gonna like with the mirror part of it is a novelty. I get it, but it's like you're not gonna sit there and do your makeup in a provided mirror attached to your recording interface while you're working on your mix.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't make any sense.
And also like if you are using this to work on your mix the whole time, you're just going to be looking in the mirror like this, like.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't complete the gimmick and actually provide like makeup with it.
Maybe you can write to them
like branded makeup that just goes with it as like a throw-in promotional thing. Another thing, like my first impression when I saw it and was trying to make heads or tails of what I was looking at, I assumed it wasn't a mirror. I assumed it was a monitor screen at first.
Oh.
And I also assumed with the light around it that there would be a built-in camera somewhere, and this would be a device for like live streaming.
Right.
So you can plug in a guitar, you can plug in a microphone, and you have an audio and video interface. Even if it was like a mount to hold your existing smartphone on there to use the camera for that, and then you mount it in between the light so that the light is shining and you're monitoring with the camera.
And that's actually like kind of an interesting product idea, but this is specifically for females with a female perspective in mind.
Even if it had that functionality of being able to use it for live video performances, I feel like it would completely expand that concept and be like, yeah, this is for people who get done up and make videos of themselves and do performances. That makes more sense.
All this interface is it's taking one of their other interfaces and putting lipstick on a pig, basically. Like it's trying to make
that
something.
That should be the logo or like the mascot of the product is a pig with lipstick.
It's taking a basic item that people who are getting into recording.
Is pinkwashing a term when you gender wash it to be female?
It should be.
I feel like I've heard that term before or something like it. Like it is.
I haven't heard it.
If that's a term, or if I'm just making up now, is pinkwashing.
Right.
Or it's like, oh, we have a regular product. Let's throw it in a new case with a slightly different look, and it'll be for ladies.
Yeah.
When the other version of it is unisex.
Right. And that's the thing is I feel like so
this whole product could have been completely bypassed by, instead of making a makeup themed product, just make a home decor themed product.
Sure.
And be like, this can look good on your desktop when you clean up your house for company to come over.
And I think like even trying to make it makeup themed, it already kind of like misses its target because it's trying to do this whole elegant black diamond thing as if it's for like, when Audrey Hepburn comes home in her heels and little black dress and pearls to record,
right?
Like this is the interface. Like, but the reality is the market for this is probably
like you just put together the video for them. Steve. That's a good pitch.
Thank you. The market for this is probably really like, is like teenage girls who want something like kind of fancy and are like, want it to sit on their desk, and it's like an entry level thing. The
market for this isn't teenage girls who want to get into recording. The market for this is dads who want to buy something for their teenage girl who wants to get into recording.
Right. Yeah.
When really their teenage girl just wants a Scarlett,
Yeah.
Or an inbox.
I cannot think, like, I really sat there and thought, like, who is the artist who would sponsor this? Who is, like, if they wanted to get like an artist sponsor,
sure. Like
if this just went out, if this product went out in, so we get these emails from companies every once in a while that's like, oh, confidential, and and it'll be like basically like, who wants in on this? Like, who wants to demo this? Like on the hashtag demo guy brag side of it, and so we kind of have the option. Sometimes like we see stuff like that and. I'm like, hey Ryan, you gonna hit this company up? And you're like, I don't really have like an idea of what I do with that. Like if it's like a, depending on what kind of pedal it is.
A lot
like,
of times it comes down to what, well, I think our audience
exactly
will be excited about it.
So thinking about it from that perspective, like if this product went out to like a bunch of people, like I just can't visualize who the person is who's like,
yeah, I'll jump on that.
oh yeah, I'll jump on that, and not just jump on it. Like, I mean, there's a novelty there. Like, I'm sure there are people who would do it for the novelty of it, but I'm saying like I can't think of who's going to sit there and go like, oh yeah, this is a product that I think I could really get behind.
Yeah, totally. Like when Earthquaker came out with the Aqueduct, it was like, I want that. I'd love to demo that.
Yeah.
So I hit them up. Like, can I get one of those to demo? And they obliged. I look at this and I can't imagine who would be like, I want to get my hands on that so I can make content with it.
It's really
another thing is
weird.
Like, I mean, I'm sure there are, but I don't think most people who use makeup, especially, like focusing on women, are like, I just love the object of makeup and want to have things that around me that are themed around the object of makeup. They're fans of the use of makeup. They're into the actual product of makeup, but they don't need to have things in their life that remind them of makeup,
Yeah.
Like they're not like buying like, glasses for their tableware that looks like lipstick containers or something.
Very unnecessarily silly.
Yeah.
It's very unnecessary. It's pandering to like a gross level.
It's the guitar lamp version of like makeup fandom, where it's like guitarists don't want a guitar lamp. They want a guitar.
Right.
And a lamp.
Right.
They want the lamp next to the guitar to illuminate the guitar. They don't want to look at a lamp that's shaped like a guitar. You know? It's a silly product.
You got anything else on this?
I don't. Let's move on.
All right.